Hi viewers, welcome to Bravo Easy to Learn English Grammar. Now the subject I've chosen for you today is tense. Now tense really gives you the tension because you really, it's like very simple. Past tense, present tense, future tense, but you really need to know how to use it and where to use it. So we're going to go into the depth of it and see a little bit of the practical speech English and writing English and where we should be using the tense. Okay, so let's go into the class. Let's see a little bit of example. Before the example, let's see a little bit about what it is. A form taken by, so tense is a form taken by a verb to indicate the time. Time is the time scale. Past tense, present tense, future tense. So that is a time. And a little bit more in depth of it, it says is also the continuance or completeness of the action, etc. So it involves the action and the time. So there is three types of tense: past, present and future. So the past, obviously, it's what has happened in the past. Present is what's happening now. Future is what's going to happen. So, and then there's a little subdivision of this is past continuous, present continuous and future continuous. Now we are going to take some examples of the past, present and future, past continuous, present continuous and the future continuous for you to be able to understand what it means. Okay, so there's three types of tenses: past, present and future. So what's happened in the past, what's happening now, what's going to happen. So the examples we're taking here is we walked to college. Walk is our word here and you'll see how it changes according to the tense. Past will be walked, present will be we walk to college. So that's happening now, we walk to college. Future will be we will walk to college because that's going to happen in the future. So we will walk to college. So you can see how the action changes according to the tense. Now the whole thing is actually to make a sentence with this tense, present, past and future tense, it all involves about subject, verb and object. So these three will make the sentence. So here the subject is we, verb is walk, object is college. So this is how you make it. So the object and the subject doesn't change. The verb will change according to the tense that we are trying to apply. So let's take some more example to make it more simpler for you as well. Okay, now second example that we have taken here, which is a little bit different to the first one. The first one, the word stayed the same, the verb stayed, but we just added on ed for the past, added on will walk to the future and walk remain. Here you can see the verb changes a little bit. So here Robert went to office. Robert goes to office. Robert will go to office. So you can see that the subject is Robert, object is office, which never changes. It's always the verb that will change according to the action or the time. So here Robert went to office, because the word go will change to went when it becomes a past tense, because it's something that has happened, so it will change. And you may ask, why doesn't it go as goed, G-O-E-D? No, it doesn't. So there's about a common, we're going to take about 50 to 60 common words that changes according to the tense. So we're going to cover about 50 words, the commonly used words that changes according to the time, which is the tense, under form of words and tense. And if you can go into that website under Bravo, you can see that will make you a little bit more clear how the words changes. The verb will change according to the time action. So here Robert goes to office because he is going now, so he goes to office. Robert will go to office will be your future tense. So you can see the verb will change according to the tense. Now let's look at a couple more as well, just to clear it up a little bit more in your head. David played the guitar. The past tense. David play is our verb, David is our subject and our object is guitar. So David played the guitar. So the past tense will be David played. David plays which is now present tense, will be the David plays the guitar. Future tense will be David will play the guitar. So it's quite easy to understand now and how to apply the tense according to the time that you are trying to speak or write about. And let's take one more example just to sort of see how the words change. If you can recall the first one, like, you know, it's like go became went. So the one word, that same word became totally a different new word when it became a past tense. Okay, now the fourth example where the word will change according to the tense. Here the subject is they, object is apple, which doesn't change. It's always the verb that changes according to the time factor. So here they ate the apples. They ate. Because, and the word is eat will become ate because it's a tense that was past tense that has happened. They finished eating the apples. So the eat word will become ate. They ate the apples. They eat the apples, which is happening now. They are eating it. They eat the apples. They will eat the apples will be what they will do in future. So this is like, you know, the simpler form of tense. And then remember we spoke about past continuous, present continuous and future continuous. That means the action is continuing to happen with the tense changing. So we'll touch on that topic next, and I hope this was useful for you. And as I spoke to you before, that there will be more words available in the website that you can go and refer to see how the tense changes according to the time factor. Okay, so when we looked at this past, present and future tense and how the sentences changes according to the tense, there is something called under this topic universal truth. It means, like, you know, some things will never change into a past tense or to a future tense. It's always the present. So I'll give you some example of what that means. You know, it's water is a liquid. It doesn't change into a tense. Nothing happens to water. It is a liquid. So that's fixed. So that's a universal. It comes under the little topic called universal truth on the tense. So you'll always be writing about the water as the present thing. There's no past to it, there's no future to it. It's a liquid. Sun rises in the east. It happens every day. It will not be a change at all. So when you write that, you'll be saying sun rises in the east, which is fixed. Gold is a metal. That doesn't change. Signs. Red is to stop, green is to go. It's usually the practice all over the world. Earth revolves around the sun. So that also doesn't change. So these are the fixed things which comes under universal truth. That doesn't change, and it will always be the present tense when you're writing or talking about it. It's just a small exercise, and there's many more that you can see, that nothing that changes, which stays the same, will always be the present tense when you're writing or speaking about it. Okay, we're going to move on to the continuous tense. We've seen the normal tense. Now we are going to see the continuous tense. So the moment I say continuous, you know that the action is, it's happening. Whether it's in the past, present or future, it's a happening action word. So here I was writing a letter. It's a past tense because I was, but still the continuous tense is here. It's writing with ing. So you can see it's ing added on to the word. It means it's continuing. So I was writing a letter. Now saying that in the present continuous tense, I am writing a letter. I'm still writing the letter. I am. Future, I will be writing a letter. So here you can see added on ing gives you that continuous tense. Now let's look at couple more examples, for you to be able to understand what I'm talking about. Second set of example for continuous tense. We were listening to the music. Now you can see the ing is coming. So when it comes to continuous tense, and you'll see how the verb changes. We were, because it's past. We are is present. We will be the future. And so here we are listening to the music. That means we are doing it right now, but still it's a continuous process. So it's continuous tense is happening. We will be listening to the music, and that's again, they are planning to do it in a continuous tense format. So you can see we were, we are, we will be. This is the tense that changes. The continuation is the listening with the ing that happens. So, and I'll just do one more example so that you can see, you can understand it a little bit more in depth and see where and how to use the continuous tense. So it's a similar exercise to the previous one we did. That it was we, here, they. They were watching a movie, again plural, so the verb will become were for the past, watching, ing for the continuous tense. They are watching a movie, that's happening now. So they are watching a movie, that's happening now. They will be watching a movie, it's going to happen in the future with the continuous tense, ing added on to the word. So I think we have covered it in a way that you will understand it, simplified it as much as possible. So try and do some practice of it and read a little bit more on the website so that you can see how the continuous tense and the normal tense are used in English grammar and your speaking language. Thank you so much for watching Bravo Easy to Speak English, and let me meet you in some other episode later. Thank you.